bem-vinda. Saudações, caros specs, sejam bem-vindos ao canal lrogamespix. Chega mais, galera, bora começar a fazer maroto aí de Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Estamos continuando com as aventuras do Henry Bolatão. Cola com a gente. Live on. Pega os canais aí pra dar aquela fortalecida e bora lá. Então vamos continuar, a gente já deu uma limpada nas missões secundárias, agora a gente vai focar um pouco mais para as principais, né? E se não aparecer mais nenhuma secundária pelo meio do caminho, né? Então, beleza. A gente tá aqui perto do F. E aqui tá pra encontrar o Samuel. Uma pedrita.
Nice and slow.
Eu acho que o mod que ela que conseguia andar rápido com o cavalo dentro da cidade, acho que deve ter caído. Cara, tudo bêbado.
God be with you.
Are you lost?
What do you think Goy means?
It means you do not belong here.
It means nation in Hebrew. So you're just as much a Goy as I am.
Good one. A Goy lecturing a Jew on Hebrew. All right. Not everyone is as tolerant.
I'm looking for someone called Samuel.
What do you want with him?
Is that you?
There are many Samuels here. And if I'm not good enough for you, I'm afraid nobody...
All right. I'm looking for John of Liechtenstein. I heard you...
I'm sure Samuel knows a lot. But I do not...
Because I know a lot as well? Me and Samuel can exchange interesting information.
Why do you think you can tell me any... I already know more.
You're the first person I've met who complains about knowing...
It is not pleasant to know things you can do nothing about. So what I need is someone who prefers action.
All right.
An exchange.
Vamos
I
lá,
have
vai
this
outra.
one problem. None of my people...
But if your people can't handle...
You are no better than my people.
I understand.
You probably know that my people face outbreaks of hatred from time to time. Usually it is started by some scum spreading rumors that we eat Christian babies or poison... I have heard that such people are meeting in an old abandoned... I need someone to get among them. Find out.
All right. I'll do it.
Agreed. They usually meet...
At the start of the day according to my calendar or yours?
I see you're in the know. At the start of my day, so when the first three...
Right. So they meet after sunset. The miners' district, an abandoned house with a small yard by the ramparts.
That's right. I reckon you can still catch up with them there today, if you get them to let you join them. And you'll have fulfilled...
You'll keep your end of the day.
Don't worry.
Beleza, e por que eu tô com essa roupa? Não com a minha armadura. 136, 144, 129. Esse hábito clerical me dava carisma no 30. $385, 393. $230. Aqui é pra botar. Por que o cara tá descalço? Não entendi não, mas suave. Bom, as armas estão certas, tá tudo certo. Só preciso tomar um banho porque tá tudo cheio de sangue. O hábito clerical ele me dá mais defesa ali e meu carisma aumenta também. Estabilidade, barulho. Não sei agora se eu coloco a túnica clerical ou não. Hábito clerical, quer dizer. De bom do ladrão é o que a gente tá. Esse hábito aqui no 3 ele me dá 30. Tá, só preciso de um... Onde que é que eu tenho que ir? Infiltre-se na reunião. O grupo... Samuel pediu para não avisar se estivessem planejando. A reunião começa ao pôr do sol. Fiz uma viagem rápida pra cá. Apesar que é mais fácil eu ir andando.
Greetings.
My respects.
Mas eu não tô com o escudo equipado, né? espada que eu tô? Torneio, mano. Cadê a do Cóbila? Cadê o escudo? Que escudo que a gente bota? Cavaleiro. Cavaleiro de Gutenberg. Escudo Trotsky. Esse daqui que é o solzinho. Outono. Fez todo preto. Apesar que esse daqui tá fudido, né? Teria que... É esse. Vamos orar.
The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary. Mary said, Behold the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the Word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Let us pray. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ thy Son was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection, through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
Deixa eu ver só por onde que entra. Será que as... Às 9 horas da noite e tá mó claro ainda. Será que é aqui a tal da reunião? Que hora que os caras vão se reunir? É agora, das 10 da noite.
Hey! Hey! Open up! Open up!
Well, what are you doing, Moisha?
Foot's a caporra, piece of junk. Never mind.
We'll cut this shit down.
Vocês podem tentar.
Ich reiß dir deine Arsch auf!
Wait! Don't kill him! You're gonna beg for mercy? After this?
We can make a deal. We have some of your people. We can exchange them.
Our people? What the hell are you talking about?
We caught some of them yesterday, trying to get to Liechtenstein, just like you.
No, I'm after Liechtenstein because I need to talk to him. I'm not his enemy. But if you know where he is, you better take me to him. Right now.
I have my orders. I'm not supposed to let anyone near him. Especially not someone who just beat my 2 best men. I'm not a fool.
Right. I'll go unarmed. If that'll convince you.
Cuidado com a minha espada, parceiro.
I'll trust you. But in return, you have to trust me. You can't see where we're going.
All right. But no tricks.
Those are the rules.
Esse cara levou um couro pra ficar esperto.
Wait. Who is that somewhere?
We will soon find out. Let us in.
Wenches or the neighbor's daughter, any dirt you can dig up. Off you go! Oh, who have you brought now, Sam?
I'm not entirely sure, but he says he knows you and absolutely insisted he had to talk to you.
Ah. Of course. Henry. Lord Capon of Perkstein's page. We met on my visit to Rattay. He's all right.
Lord Capon's escort and bodyguard.
Quite. Quite. But tell me, what brings you here?
Well, that's quite a long story, sir.
Oh, I've got plenty of time, and actually I enjoy long stories. You know why? Because they demand a lot of wine. Please, take a seat and tell me everything.
If I'm not mistaken, Jobst sent you to von Berkhoff with a message. How did that go?
In a word, badly.
Oh, how's that?
I hardly know where to start. I'm lucky to be alive. In any case, neither von Berghoff nor the League of Lords are planning to join Jobst.
Good God. I need a drink now. But did you manage to deliver the message in the end?
did.
And? What was von Berkoff's reaction?
That bastard first used us, and then wanted to get rid of us. We only just avoided being killed.
Sacre. So there's no chance the League of Lords will turn against Sigismund?
No chance. On the contrary, von Berghoff and von Aulitz came here to Kuttenberg to be at Sigismund's beck and call.
Christ. And what are you doing here, actually?
I came here with a man called Zizka.
Zizka? Jan Zizka of Trotsnov?
You know him?
Of course I do. Zizka is in the service of Prokop of Luxembourg, King Wenceslas's cousin.
Aye, we found that out as well. What was strange was that his band was infiltrated by Istvan Toth, if you remember.
That rat from Tarnberg. What was he doing there?
Turned out he was spying for von Berghoff. But he didn't do a great job, fortunately. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
I am starting to get confused.
That makes two of us. Maybe we'll understand better if we get drunk.
You're not holding back, I see. Your health, then. After Zizka took us prisoner, it finally became clear we were on the same side. And Istvan had to flee.
So the fucker's still alive?
Not any longer.
You? Well done. Let's drink to
Cara
that.
enchendo a
To
cara.
our enemy's death.
Just when we thought we were out of the woods and Istvan was gone, he appeared outside the walls of Nabokov again, with von Berghoff and Markvart von Aulitz. Von Aulitz was on his way to Kuttenberg with reinforcements for Sigismund. And with the finger of God.
With the what?
A bombard.
Good lord!
Have you ever seen one? I hadn't, until they used it against us.
I've heard about the bombard. An infernal weapon. Then what?
We didn't have a chance. They blew the tower to pieces and took us all prisoner. They took us to Trotsky and tortured us. But with the help of a woman who works with Zizka, we managed to escape.
Zizka. That man always has a trick or two in reserve.
Thank God. While we were making our escape, I crossed paths with Toth, and finally took my revenge for everything he did.
Dull moment with you, I see. To happy endings, then. And where is Lord Capon? Or should I call him the Prince of Poachers?
Well, the most fitting thing to call him would be hostage, because that's what he is now.
A hostage?
That's right. Von Berghoff took him with him. And that's why I'm here, in fact.
Your original plan went badly awry, I must say.
Well, it could have been worse.
That's the way of the world. For my part, I'm forced into hiding, as you've probably noticed. They're after me as if I owed taxes. Ah, if only I knew what Jobst would say.
I know exactly what he'd say as that happens.
You do?
I spoke to Jobs just after we arrived at Suchdal. He expressly forbade me to look for you, or try to rescue Capon.
That damned... Did he say why?
Aye. He said you can look after yourself. And as a nobleman, Capon has nothing to fear in captivity.
Ah, Jobst.
If we cause trouble for Sigismund, it could threaten his plans, he said. That's cowardice, if you ask me.
It's true I can take care of myself, but the old schemer could at least have warned me, whatever his plans might be.
Zizka sees Jobst as a pain in the arse, too. I mean, he's not fond of him. And he doesn't approve of his plan.
Then I expect he and I will see eye to eye. Although I prefer a different strategy to braining all and sundry with a mace. Even so, what brings you to me? You didn't take this risk just to tell me what Jobst is like, or that I should carry on with what I'm doing.
No. My first concern is to rescue Lord Capon, whatever schemes Jobst is dreaming up.
And then...
And also, it's about your safety.
My safety?
You know, they tortured us. Zizka, Godwin and me. They asked about Jobst's plans and about you. I'd have held out, but Godwin... He told them where you were.
Where I am? In this city, you mean? That's not such a terrible betrayal. Gutenberg is a big city. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Not that they have not tried. They almost caught you a couple of times. If it were not for my people.
That's true, of course. But I'm not going to bear a grudge. The executioner always gets what he wants. And if he hadn't, we wouldn't be talking right now.
I apologize.
No need. It's not your fault. Nevertheless, let's turn the page. Capon. How do you plan to free him?
That's exactly why I came to see you.
Oh. How's that?
Because you move in certain circles.
And...
You conspire. You hear all the rumors.
So?
So you might know where they're holding him.
Sigismund confiscated the property of some burghers and noblemen in the city when they opposed him, and he divided the property up between his loyal followers. He seized Malyshoff Fortress from the Rutards, for instance. And didn't you say, Sam, that he gifted it to von Berkoff?
Yes, that is so.
That was before von Berkoff was in these parts. But if he's here now, where else would he be but in Malyshoff? And if von Berkoff is there...
That's where his captive will be.
Correct. Capon is at Malyshoff Fortress.
Well, that's fucked then. How the hell three of us conquer a fortress, and one of us a woman?
That's a conquest I'd like to see. It would go down in history.
The history of suicidal madness.
You can't just launch an assault on Malyshoff. It's a strong fortress. We'll need a cunning plan.
Or long ladders and lots of men. That could be arranged, maybe.
Careful! Jobst ordered us not to stir up trouble. And this would be serious trouble. But if Capon simply vanished...
Vanished how, exactly?
I don't know yet. But like I said, Malyshoff belonged to the Rutards. And I'm sure they're not keen on the new tenant. I think if you pay a visit to Sir Kunslin Rutard and convince him you have common interests, he'll be happy to think up a solution with you.
Like what?
Who knows? Perhaps Lord Rutard knows of a back door into his old home, and he might not be averse to an arrangement with someone who'll help him take revenge.
Someone like you.
Well, I wouldn't get my hopes up. But it's the best we've got, and there's no harm in trying. Where can I find this Kunslin?
Sigismund seized his fortress, but, surprisingly, he let him keep his palace in the city. It's right next to the Italian court.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Once you have some news, you know where to find me. Is there anything you want to know before you go?
Come to think of it, I've no idea where we actually are.
Of course. I'd forgotten how you got here.
We're in the Jewish quarter, in the basement of the King Solomon Tavern, below my tavern. Goyim do not just wander in here, but I will tell my people you are with us.
Thanks a whole lot. All right, I'll set off now.
Good luck. And be careful. There's bound to be
Tell me about it. Danger is my daily bread.
O submundo. ao Palácio de Rutherford. Ué, cadê a porta? Deve ser a Catherine, tem alguma missão?
You said you needed some help with something.
Something's happened. Oh, a real mess. And I need help from someone.
What is it?
When I was fishing around for information about Liechtenstein, and one of the servant girls I questioned was...
You think she was killed because of you?
I don't know. If I did...
I'll help you. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She was an all... I heard they found her all hacked up. Tossed somewhere by the town wall. Oh, folk in town are saying it would... They took the body to the morgue by the St. Peter and St. Paul cemetery.
I'll go take a look at her.
I think that would be for the best. You can ask the gravedigger for details. He'll...
When did you last see...
Around a week...
And did you notice...
Not at all. She was always... Though I'm afraid she was...
What was Alice trying to find out?
She always brought me the freshest gossip overheard from her master.
And did you learn anything important from her?
That's the thing. All she brought me was gossip. Who was cheating on who wasn't. So you'll have to figure out...
What about your other girl?
Yes, fortunately. That's why Alice's death shocked...
What are you going to do?
I'd like to ask the others if they noticed anything suspicious.
But you don't want to scare...
I'm scared myself. Maybe nobody knows about them yet. If someone was to follow me, I could give... And I can't risk that.
What if I go in...
They don't know you, Henry. I'll figure something out.
Do you think there could be something bigger behind the murder?
I don't know. Maybe she just got caught up. But it's strange. Why would someone do her like that?
Why did you ask me?
Because you're the only one...
Aha.
But don't take it the wrong way. I'm actually not even Zhishka.
Aha. I know everything I...
Good. Go to that graveyard. Talk to the... In the meantime, I'll try to find out more.
O quinto mandamento. Beleza, vamos lá então. Vou ajudar a Catherine. Deixa eu ver onde que é o... Examine o corpo, fale com o coveiro. É o palácio. Bom. Aqui é onde o cara matou o outro lá aquela hora, né? Aqui não. O A é o coveiro, né? O A é o primeiro no bem, então falar com o coveiro. Coveiro dormindo com a peladona.
God be with you. What would you...
You must be the local...
That's right. They call me Front. At least them that can speak. Greetings, Henry.
I hear there was a murder here recently.
True. True.
Another?
People ain't got no respect. As soon as news spread... So if you ain't one of them gawkers, you must be one of them other types. Well, no. You can't shave her.
I don't want to take anything.
Like what?
Who killed her?
Why?
Someone killed the poor girl.
Well, what do you plan?
Find out who did it.
Well, if that's the way it is, and you really... It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her yet. I wouldn't expect that from him no more.
Who's this Lumiere? Another one of those...
No, no.
Help?
Well...
Right.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases.
And who is this Lumiere?
He used to work for the local bailiff. I think he knew the first one.
Do you remember how many...
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here, even the sparrow...
I haven't been in Cuttenberg.
I see. There's been one every few...
Do you know where the
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here.
Look for clues.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the hole in the wall, a dodgy tavern in the...
Thanks. What's this Lumiere got to do?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for...
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle. Though I've never heard of...
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested, but Lumiere, he was quite helpful. Folk heard about it and...
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
At his home in Bohemia Street. That's near the church. You won't... I don't know exactly why, though.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure. It's actually... Well, speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves. I think her name is Barbara.
Do you know where I could find her?
She said she serves in one of the burgers' houses. So either there or in the...
Thanks again, Master.
Take care, sir.
Fale com a amiga da Alice. Beleza, vamos ver então pra onde as coisas vão nos levar. Aqui tá o corpo, aqui tá a amiga. Aqui é onde ela morreu, né? Tá, vamos ver o corpo. Tá em cima. Aí. Olha a porra do portão. Caralho, onde que entra aqui? Cadê a entrada desse lugar, meu?
So, let's see what we have here. My God! Someone really did a number on her. Oh, they ripped open her entire belly.
Caramba.
And they didn't stop there. There must have been buckets of blood. Jesus Christ. This place I found her must look like a slaughterhouse. I should... Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out her tongue or something. These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller. It couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. It was something short. God, that madman cut off both her breasts and bits of... What did he do with it all after? Did he really keep all the pieces? Her face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody... She has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? The murderer must have had pretty strong, and her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. Maybe there's something more to it. What if the murderer kept her hair? Just some scratches and bruises. The killer probably surprised her. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands, because he strangled her. Then he took a short sword or a saber and started hacking at her. She's missing parts of her torso, but they aren't by the... He also cut off most of her hair.
Acho que é só stalker, sei lá, assassino.
He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue. Then left her lying there for all to see. Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have cut out her... I don't know why he killed her.
Vamos investigar. Vou falar com Lumir.
Did you bring anything back with you?
Esperar amanhecer. Vou passar o tempo aqui pro povo acordar. E abrir as portas pra eu não... falar que eu tô arrombando a casa.
Good dog. Good boy.
Fale com a amiga, ela tá lá na igreja. Consigo pular aqui? Não. Ah, vá, né?
That city tournament.
Be careful.
I'm sorry.
Good day to you. Till we meet again.
Are you Barbara? I'm told
Barbara.
Alice. She was almost like a sister. Why'd you ask?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid the killer might want to go after... Who did you serve?
Our master is a local merchant.
How did Alice get along?
Fine. Our master is a bit strict.
What's his name?
Why? But you can't see him anyway. He's...
It occurred to me that maybe...
He couldn't. He was gone when it happened. And besides, why would he kill them others too?
I heard about that.
Well, maybe you'll catch him sober enough to talk sense.
Do you know of any suit?
I know she was seeing someone,
I'd like to talk to him.
but I don't know who it was. Alice said he was rich and
And you never saw him?
No, never.
Do you know what exactly happened?
No, one day she just didn't come home.
It's awful.
She was such a pretty... And it didn't even live. Who could have cut off her hair like that?
So...
Beleza. Tá, vamos ver. Vou procurar o Zé Pinga.
Me too.
Lumiere?
Oh, Christ, my head.
I need to ask you...
I said not so loud.
That's some hangover. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off. This should sober him. Here. Better?
What? Who?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from...
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl.
To me?
Are you Lumiere from the Rat House?
I used to be.
Ué, agora eu sou só o Lumiere,
Não.
louco.
Well, you don't look crazy.
But I am. I see things in my... I'm the biggest madman in...
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You'll just end up hurting...
Come now,
Poor girls. We let it be in the end. We let them... No way.
She deserves justice.
You mean well. I searched high and low. What makes you think you can find...
Because I know people, and can easily... In the end, they...
Is that so?
A moment ago you were moaning in pain, and now you're deliberating whether...
Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She worked as...
A maid? That fits. Yaka was a maid, too.
I think that he strangled her first, and then went at her with a longer blade and...
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me...
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled, and... If it's not all the same person, they might...
This is the 6th one.
Probably about a year. Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing.
Did the dead girls have anything in...
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background?
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord...
But why does he even kill in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women.
What can you tell me about...
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, she was a maid in a German family. By all accounts, she was orphaned as a child. The priest from the Church of St. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck down.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. But then I changed my mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the 2 girls before her, and besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed to... And his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot who stayed... That really surprised me. Because Father Prokop had vowed... Maybe he just didn't want to admit what had become of her.
What about Stanya?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute.
You said her body was never found. Maybe she just got out of town.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The hole is a world of its own.
Did you suspect him?
You could suspect every second man there. Those people. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him.
So if I want to learn anything more... And what about that Zdena? You said...
Exactly. But besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went missing.
But if her body was never found, How do you know?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Maybe the prettiest. Young, beautiful. A real live one. I never could pin it on her, though. She always...
Maybe she robbed the wrong people and had...
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Stardust. When I asked him about Zdena, he told me he'd rather...
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming with...
He might be. You're not known all over town like a catchpole. It's worth a try. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory.
And what about the other...
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one, she'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really... But the other one, Libushka, she was from Loretz. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. She knew she was pretty, and knew she could do better than some...
You mean she wanted someone higher up?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never found out.
Interesting. I'll try...
In the graveyard, lad. Poor... It's sad to say, but we can't help those two dead girls now. There's nobody else left who could tell us anything.
Why were you looking into it?
I don't know what people told you about me, but for Gutenberg is a big city with a lot of people. Silver, the bailiff was always running from hell to Hades. From one rich...
But there are more than just rich burgers and...
Exactly. There are common folk, too. So when one of them came to the bailiff's one time, and the bailiff was running around somewhere...
Behind the bailiff's back?
Not really. Andreas supported...
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you have any sus...
You can always find some. I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force.
Couldn't it have just been an act?
Fainting? Vomiting?
Can you sum it all up for...
We have 6 victims here. And unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4. The most recent ones. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the church. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found. They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. Stanya was an alehouse maid, and the last victim is Alice. What they all have in common is that they were...
Good.
When you learn something more, you've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
Olá, então. Falar com o padre, que tá mais perto. Depois a gente vai lá averiguar lá perto da muralha onde foi a cena do crime. Pula, filho de Deus. Ô, meu.
After work, but I've had nothing but bad fucking luck for months now.
You're in church.
Father?
I don't have time for theological...
That's not why I'm here. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by...
Another one murdered. May the Lord... Why is it you...
I fear for my sister.
Yes. Fear for those close...
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. What can you tell me about?
About Yarka? She was a...
Where did you know?
I knew her since she...
And?
I was her uncle. When my brother...
Who do you think killed...
William, that pig of Satan. He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always went there.
Why do you think it was William?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser, a tool of Satan.
And does anyone else come to mind?
No.
You raised her?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the...
No offense, but how did you know what to do?
I was a bit, when she was smaller, maybe...
Why do you think you were too hard?
Yarko was an orphan. Her only chance of a good life was
the more I led her.
How?
When she was small, I could.
You're well off, though.
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very...
How come?
The church's property. Always...
How did she rebel against you?
She wouldn't listen. She ran away. She...
Disgrace?
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what then? Nobody...
Why don't you respect Lumi?
That's my business. I won't tell you.
Come now, I'm not just asking out of curiosity. Isn't it written in scripture? Speak up for those who...
A layman, Lumir, accused me.
What?
Yes.
And...
It turned out he was deranged. He's finished in Kuttenberg.
I've heard enough, Father.
Son, I'll give you...
Beleza. A menina tava grávida, coitada. Uai, sumiu aqui o ponto que eu tinha que investigar. Aqui deve ser torneio. Opa, tem uma missão aqui. Onde tem mais missão? Aqui é a principal, deixa pra depois. Bom, vamos vir pra cá então.
Are you Sternad?
Who the fuck are you?
Just an ordinary bloke who...
Well then, piss off. You won't get any answer. All you're gonna get here is a kick in the...
Why so rash? Let's make a deal. You tell me everything you know about Zdena.
Ah. You're the lord what that whore robbed.
So, if I understand correctly...
For the right price, I'll tell you...
Is this the right...
You fucking bet it is.
What can you tell me about...
What do you want to hear? I try to keep her out of trouble, but...
So you were taking care of her?
Well, just in front of the others. Other than that, she did what...
So you weren't too fond of her?
Not really, no. But
Where can I find Zdena?
Aye. That's what I like to fucking know.
Yeah.
I can well imagine. Well... She went to Ravstein Mill. She had some unfinished business with some bloke called Pint.
Did she have any friends or lovers who'd know more?
Who'd come to see that bitch? She was always off somewhere, seeing someone.
Someone came to see her?
Well, aye. Some stuffed frock came in. He said he had some job for her, that she should leave behind her, but he left empty-handed. She told him to go to hell.
Do you know who that priest was?
Some fucking Prokop or Pravoslav or some such shit. But that reminds me, I saw her a couple of times with another bastard. That fucking bard, William.
What do you know about this?
Not much. Seems they knew each other from before. And he had some... But she weren't stupid. She told him...
And did he go?
Aye, indeed. He didn't look like the kind of fella that... I think he just told her if she changed her mind to come and see him.
And could she have changed her mind and gone to him?
No, no.
And could she have run away with this?
With that well, he ain't been seen in town for some time. He still don't come here no more. He plucks that loot of his in the Miners' Tavern.
I've heard enough.
Good day to you.
Did Estania work?
Stanya, it depends.
My name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. What kind of guest?
I'm a good guest.
Really? Let's see.
By the fact he spends a lot...
Aye. I like... So, what'll it...
What if I simply paid you, and you... I want to know if Stanya worked.
She did. And she...
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So...
It's possible. The chamber she was sleeping in, the door open. Everything emptied out.
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer.
What?
If you want to ask, you have to drink.
You're quite the...
I prefer to be called so. What?
I'm getting tired of this. I'll give you the money up front, now you're gonna spill it.
All right.
Did anybody see what actually happened?
No, it was at night. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't meet many people.
What was Stanya like?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were, but...
Someone from the city?
No. A charcoal burner. I think his name was...
What do you know about that?
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt. He called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the miners.
You think he might have been...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out of town. I know he met with some odd people and talked about God knows what. Besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flocked.
Or in this case... Apart from those men, did anyone else... I mean...
Well, I got bad news for you. She had...
Why?
One was hit by a cart, even before... And the other one got married.
How did Stanya...
The door was wide open. Most of her...
Blood?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprint. If someone done her in, they did...
Where can I find this?
I already told you.
Could you be a bit more precise?
I don't know that bloke at all. So if I was you, I'd look somewhere...
That's all I need to know.
Caralho, o bagulho tá se desenrolando, hein? Uma quest bem complexa, porque tem bastante coisa. Aqui tá o Menestrel. Aqui é o... A gente descobriu o que aconteceu com o Stanya. Saiba mais sobre o destino de Zed, né? Tá, vamos começar por esse aqui que tá mais perto. Dá pra conversar com ele ainda, então ainda não tem quest. Vim pra cá numa viagem rápida.
You silly doggy.
Que é o William, né? É.
Here you are, you murderer!
Oxi.
You in the face myself.
Easy!
But I'll
I
leave that up to
surrender.
the experts.
You're a wanted man. There's no excuse for murder.
Oxe, assassinato de quem?
Hold your horse, but you can't go...
What the hell?
I'm just pointing... If a murder or... And he's... It's also an... Only when the Chamberlain has ascertained thereupon. Only when a just...
Oh, all right then. You just wait here nicely until... Excuse me?
Do nada. Oh, William. Vamos lá, William.
It's William, right?
What is it? Do we...
My name's Henry. And no, we don't know each... We have a lot of mutual...
What? I don't have to talk to you.
You don't need to. I can go and chat with the guards instead.
What?
Really? You? And
I just got back to the city. I don't know what you're trying to pin on.
But everyone remembers you. You better spit it out before...
Come on. Ask away.
Did you know her?
I know a lot of Alice's.
The one they found dead somewhere below the...
Oh, her.
I heard she used to...
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician.
They say she had a rich young suitor.
Me? Do I look rich to you?
But you could at least pass yourself off as well.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary, but I doubt...
And did you ever meet It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you.
Oh, that one. Aye.
Because somebody killed her.
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me.
And did you know she was pregnant?
What? That's horrible.
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling...
What? Mine? I never even got...
And can you tell me anything else?
I don't know anything. It was a long time.
And I hear you knew Stanya.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was...
And the innkeeper Mole told me a different story.
Fine. We had a bit of fun together. But
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on. I could have any... The innkeeper must have got it mixed up. If I was you, I wouldn't take...
And what about Zdena?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always...
Did she steal something from you?
A travelling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that.
You don't happen to know who she wanted to rob?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her, like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. As far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed a noble like... Look, why are you asking me about... You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Well...
And? I'm surely not...
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a... And now...
But I had nothing to...
So you didn't do anything to...
No! Why would I? What would I get out of it?
You dare invoke...
I admit, I'm no saint, but for Christ...
Good. But if any clue leads me back here to you...
You won't hear about me again, I swear to God.
Bom, ele não tem mais espada, mas aparentemente tem uma mão forte, não.
Excuse me.
It happens.
Tá. Vamos ver agora, então. Eu vim daqui de Belani, eu posso ir de cavalo. Eu vim aqui primeiro.
Go!
Quick!
Eu acho que é pra cá.
Quick! Quick!
I'm not interested. God bless you, sir.
Are you Point?
I am. Why?
I'm looking for Zdena.
I don't know any Stena.
Sternad said something.
You're a friend of Sternad's,
God forbid. That's all I need.
You're right there. Stenna was always cursing him.
So you knew Stenna?
I know Stenna all right, but she ain't. Why are you looking for her?
I'm looking for her... Back in the city, they think she's either dead or...
Whatever.
I heard she wanted to sell you some value.
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Mostly jewelry. She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a...
And what about that signet ring?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it.
What can you tell me about...
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and her...
And what about Sternad?
Sternad was her guardian angel. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by...
Uh-huh. I'm surprised she's...
That's because... she had a hideout. That's why she'd come to me with her loot, before they taxed her on the spot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'll be able to go wherever she...
Do you know what kind of luck she meant? Did you recognize the signet on the ring?
No. I didn't recognize that signet.
But where did she go next from here?
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following her.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg?
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he...
And did you see him?
No. But Stenna thought she even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was still here.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods. So past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road...
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for her at the ford, no?
Fuck! I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any rider.
Is Denna's scarf?
Aye. I want...
Will you give it to me?
All the same to me. Here you go.
And could it have been William?
And who would that be?
He's this bard she was...
I don't know about that.
And could it have been Father...
What do I know? If he has a horse and fancy clothes...
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job.
I don't know.
Well, I'll go and check.
I hope you don't. See you later, my friend.
Vamos lá então, pedir por... Pra onde que é? Pra cá? Na verdade é pra lá pro outro lado.
Go!
Vamos lá, Pedrita, você consegue.
That has to be that ford Fonte was talking about. Should take a look around.
Já vi daqui uns bagulho de sangue ali no chão.
Heal.
Here, Matt. Search.
Vamos lá, Puguento. Sei que você manja.
What's that you got?
Ixi.
Poor thing. She didn't get very far. Ugh, she's been lying here a long time. At first glance, this body isn't as mutilated as the others. Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her like the others, but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock, or dashed her hard against the ground. She must have put up a fight. Or maybe he lost his patience. Oh, she's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up. The rips are odd. Like someone was looking for something. Oh, I can't make much out by now. But it seems as if the fingers on her right hand are broken. Did the murderer torture her? Or was he trying to get something out? Oh, my God. Oh, so how did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself? Was she trying to hide it? Or was it punishment? Well, that's enough. But what does it all mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise. And that's about all I can find out. She's probably... That ring is a good lead.
Coitado da Zed, não foi de arrasta, amigo. Bom, o próximo é aqui, né? Então, vou fazer uma viagem rápida pra cá. Dali eu vou de cavalo.
Mats!
Olha, meu brother, tamo junto. Dá uma comida pro Purguento, faz tempo que ele não come. Come um bifão, amigo. Olha a Pedrita. Vamos lá, Pedrita.
Everything alright? Hey?
Tá, vamos pegar a estrada então. É aqui, essa é a estrada, né? Vou seguir por ela que eu vou chegar onde eu preciso.
Go! 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 Ja!
Fora esquerda ou direita, hein? Direita.
Go! Go! Ja!
Atrás do carvoeiro.
What's that you got? Good boy. Good boy.
At your service. I need to ask you... If you're here for charcoal... I'm not here about charcoal. I'm looking for Stanya.
Aha. And what?
I heard she was consorting with some charcoal...
Well, I don't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to ask...
I don't have time for that.
Ah, o Bartão aí, ó.
I'm looking for someone named Stanya.
You're in a charcoal camp, fella. What would a woman...
But you know Stanya, don't you?
Aye.
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town.
That's true. She told me something like that.
So you don't know what became...
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know, how...
I wouldn't be foolishly asking around for her then, would I?
Why not? How else would you find her?
Without getting seen by any witnesses.
What do you mean?
I mean you. If I tried anything...
Well, that didn't occur to me.
I really only want to talk to her.
Sorry, but after all that happened to...
So Stanya is...
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid.
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. She's hiding in that cottage, but be nice to her. She's...
Take care and have a pleasant evening.
A cabana, que cabana. Será que ela tá lá ainda?
Who are you? How did you find me? If you came here to finish... I'm not afraid of you.
Don't be afraid.
Barton sent you to me.
Lumir thought you were dead. What?
Lumir? From the...
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kut, so maybe you could help us find out.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since...
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye.
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid.
Did you see who it...
Not at all. I didn't see anything until and he was terribly strong.
And how did you manage to...
I had an empty picture in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me...
Here?
No. First to my room in the hole. I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran.
And your lover?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the picture. He's been hiding me here since then.
What was it like?
Well, I earned a few groschen, that I did.
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich or poor, everyone wants people. Well, us girls have to watch out, especially in a place like... But you can't overdo it either.
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then sometimes they leave a growth. You have to keep a balance.
You said that rich or poor, they all like to grow.
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man, but young von Groll used...
Is that so?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. But then this thieving wench started hanging around him and... Oh, but that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him...
Von Groller had a servant with him?
Aye, a pudgy fella, well-dressed. He never said a word or smiled.
You walked home from the bath?
What's so odd about that?
Well, at night.
Ah, right. I went there. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale and took a bath while they drank.
Ah. So that's why you had...
Right. I went there regularly.
The same way every...
Aye, always the same way. The shortest one. I didn't want to stay out.
And who knew that you went by your...
Well, everyone from the town.
Why didn't you go back?
Just to get murdered there. I'm never...
How are you now?
And I can't even really leave...
Do you remember anything important about the attacker?
I don't know anything.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go.
Aha. And what did he...
He said Scheisse. In German.
Seems you're the only one to survive. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it. Or when you were running away. Anything...
I don't know.
You were walking down the street. Did you know?
No.
You didn't see anything or...
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking. But when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking about?
Not at all. But there were two voices. Two of them waiting for me there.
It's difficult, I understand. Aside from those voices and the empty street...
I didn't hear him at all, and...
And nothing else? Did he grab your head?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away, and squeezed. Just for a moment, but I still had a big bruise round my... Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip, like a miner or swordsman.
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then?
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bastard. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him snore.
Couldn't it have been Father...
Father Prokop?
No, he's pretty old.
I don't know him, and if he's an old man...
I heard William liked pretending to be a spy.
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. Though I reckon he's more likely to attract an ask. I'm sorry I'm not able to.
You don't need to apologize.
Thank you.
Carvoeiro,
For a
espadachim.
favor.
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard.
I'll stop by if...
Bless you, sir.
Carvoeiro mineiro, né? Ele falou. Ou pode ser que, como ela falou que é 2, pode ser o tal do Von Grole e o criado dele, né? Vai saber. Vamos lá, amigão, tá na hora de acordar.
I found out some interesting things about...
That's wonderful news. I promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
Oh, I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well,
Catherine, who do you suspect?
Well, I think it was that priest, Prokop.
That's nonsense. It
couldn't have.
It had to be William. Nobody else knew them all.
God, now you're talking.
So I see we disagree. Too bad.
Well, who do you...
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll...
Go on, then.
Let's talk about Yarka.
What did you learn about...
Yarka started working for the Von Grolle family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said...
so what?
A very wealthy... The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer.
So, who...
That would be young Hendel, they say.
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart.
Really? But he's...
His own relative.
Why not? He's a priest.
Prokop also admitted that he didn't know how to handle her.
What do you expect from a Bible thumper? Man punishes and God forgives.
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him. He really tried to make sure she was...
And did you learn who he found?
No. I think it fell apart when... Before her death, I heard she often went...
There's nothing wrong or surprising about that.
Maybe. Prokop was convinced that she went to see William.
That doesn't mean...
It means she had some relationship with Will.
And now, most importantly...
I didn't know that.
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant, I wouldn't be surprised.
May God forgive us.
Do you know who she was pregnant with? Because if...
She didn't tell Prokop.
It had to be someone from those dance...
Prokop is convinced that she was murdered by that...
I heard the daughters of important men come to see him. It even went so far he had to flee the city.
Really? But I found out you accused...
What? Why?
It doesn't matter.
And were you as sure then as you are now?
I don't think so. But he's a skirt chaser.
Perhaps. But why would he kill and mutilate her?
But then he could never come back.
Why not? He could come back a year later, once things have died down, the child would be born, the shame forgotten, and nobody would bring...
I suppose that makes sense. That's all I was able to find.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough.
But we can agree that she was killed because of her pregnancy, can't we?
Agreed. Somebody got...
I'm sure William wanted...
William isn't the only man with a prick. And he certainly didn't use it
Ela
to
tava grávida
strangle her to
do
death.
filho do cara lá do rico, certeza.
What are you trying to say?
that making babies and murdering folks required different...
But who would it be if...
Someone who stood to lose something because of the...
Freedom?
I managed to find Stan...
Alive?
I did. Alive and well.
So, she's not...
She is. She just managed to escape. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat.
And...
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face.
Did she get a look at him? Did she...
No, she didn't stop to find out.
And what about the blood in the bed?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still... She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody...
You mean someone followed her beforehand to figure out...
Who knew that she went to the bar?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. Besides that, she also recalled hearing 2 voices in the alley.
So we have a witness.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one...
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him.
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the...
She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip.
Doesn't almost every man have...
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a...
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacks. According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to...
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher.
So, we're looking for it.
Even I say shizer sometimes.
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get...
And that's probably why I wanted to kill her.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William, and that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is up.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck.
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now. I managed to find...
You found her?
No.
And where did you find...
Pretty far away. Near the mill, someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got...
So he didn't strangle or mutilate?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he did. Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her.
She said someone followed her on horseback from Kuttenberg.
On horseback? I don't suppose she does...
Only as a wealthy type who never got too close.
That doesn't fit in with a...
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her. But unlike Yarka, she ended up on the street, and he took it... Zdena tried to rob young Von Grolle.
Von Grolle? Yarka worked...
that whole...
Assumptions.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I...
They just left the ring by her body?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it.
That's awful.
My mouth is starting to hurt from all...
So are my ears.
Come now, we're nearly there. We just need to find us...
I suspect one of the Von Grolles.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Yarka was their maidservant until she...
Yes. Do you...
Perhaps the young...
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And young Von...
True.
We could be getting somewhere.
Vamos tentar desvendar o mistério.
Yarka was pregnant. And if the father was young...
Sakura.
But William could have fucked her too.
Zdena was followed by someone on a horse. Von...
That's not so sure, is it?
But it certainly worsens the case for him.
Zdena robbed Von Grolle.
That's true.
It's all coming together.
And that's all I can pin on it.
So, do we agree that it was young Von...
Well, old Von Grolle can't do much now.
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young...
Aye.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of it.
They'll just laugh at us without something more tangible.
So you want to search their house?
There's nothing else we can do. There must be.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough.
You could sneak in there.
Or break it.
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old...
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones or a swordsman.
You're a clever lad. You're...
Beleza. Infiltrar na casa. Calma aí, galerinha. Rapidones. Eita porra, olha. Jump scare agora, hein? Mas não assustei agora porque eu pensei que tipo, ela ia sair na televisão, mano. Sério. Falei, vai dar um susto na televisão. Caralho, fiz um estrago da porra agora, hein? Taquei uma bola de fogo aqui. Regacei todo mundo, mano. Esse foi da hora.
Great care to maintain this group. As you prepare to break ground, you plunge your shovel into the earth.
Tá porra. Caralho, truta. Fui mexer no túmulo aqui, maluco frito. Eita porra!
Ladinho.
Nossa, a vida ficou no tipo.
Ele aqui.
Bora. Tem que invadir a casa do moço. Onde que é a casa do moço? Examine o quarto de John Van Grole. Filtre-se na casa. Examinar o quarto do cara primeiro. Calma aí, a gente quer ser furtivo, então a gente... Só confirmar.
Conrad's going to win the tournament.
It's like I'm invisible or something. Hello, Heinrich. It was a beautiful tournament. Congratulations on your victory. What did you think of it?
I don't have much experience with... The competition was also good.
Good, Heinrich. What about the winnings?
I got something.
Most importantly, the councillors are satisfied too. I am sure that the more tournaments we hold, I also hope the council and the local which would also so I urge you to keep participating.
I'll consider it, Manhart.
Bom, aqui é pra ter outros torneios, enfim.
Cheers!
friends.
É aqui. O quarto do cara é aqui, então no andar de cima, provavelmente. Água.
Hä? Was machst du da?
Ih, o cara acordou.
Let's make this more trouble for you.
O cara acordou, amigão. Oxe, que é essa?
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
Onde que é a alta? Ué, não tinha que invadir a casa? Já consegui, já? Vou fazer o seguinte, deixa eu... Vou lá pra casa primeiro, vamos ver o que é que muda. Volta o save pra cá. Acho que nem aqui não. São só armas. Nossa, a missão bugou, mano. Então eu tava no lugar certo, era aquilo mesmo. Beleza. É que o lugar tava bugado. Eu fico puto quando acontece isso.
her fee here.
Vai estar com sono. Tomar uma aguardente pra gente não precisar dormir.
I'm always glad to like people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going? I need to discuss that.
Excellent.
I think we were right. Something seriously.
Well, don't keep us in suspense.
You found something there.
I certainly did.
What was it?
This. Locks of hair. All brown, but all a bit different. They're
hair? But that's not...
Why wouldn't it? He took them as a key.
Nobody will believe us. We need more than just hair.
To be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that.
Damn it. We're fucked.
And what about 3 witnesses at once?
Where are you going to find...
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain...
And how do you want to do that? I mean...
We'll set someone up. Some brunette.
You want to sacrifice some...
No, nobody's going to get hurt.
The only one I can think of is Stanya. And I highly doubt...
She won't have to.
But you haven't had anything to do with him. He'll see...
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Catherine up a bit, and she'll go asking for the young lord. When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her to... Well, to fit...
I'll cause such a scene. Then we'll tell them where he can find me.
If you say so. But where can we do it?
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. It has only one way out. You'll be hiding across the way and jump out at the right... I repeat, at the right moment.
Don't worry. We won't take...
Fazer a emboscada, então.
Where's Hendel? I need to talk to him.
Oxe, a menina peladona ali do nada.
Do you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me. Get rid of her. Disgrace. Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Hendel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin.
Essa mulher peladona foi foda.
Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him.
Que as mulheres tá pelada eu não sei, mas tudo bem. É a mãe do cara? É a mãe do cara com...
It's open.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Hendel?
Hendel? You wanton whore!
Oxi!
Debauching my son! A nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you!
Christ, the trials I have to endure. A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it. Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Gutting, is it? I can help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
Vamos lá. Oxi, só deu um soco no cara? Verdade, por que ele tá sem a... Tá sem o capacete, sem os Gabinete da parte de cima da armadura, truta. Sumiu meus... Agora que eu reparei, sumiu os bagulho, truta. A gente tava com o capuz do ladrão, não era? Buga, ó, dependendo do que eu coloco, aparece a barbinha dele ou não.
Catherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How dare you? Hands off, you heretical scum.
Shut up.
Let her speak. I have some questions.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent.
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will loosen your tongue. But why wait, right? I'll cut your ear off. Maybe.
No!
And what about Hendel?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation?
He's going to jump for joy. His mother a mad...
Speak politely to...
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly.
Do you realize you also killed girls who had nothing to...
That's not possible. I saw them all with my own two eyes.
And what about that alehouse when...
That strumpet. I saw how she treated him. It's a damned...
But she really had nothing to do with Hendel.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she didn't want to. And better sooner than later. That trollop in our service even...
And what about Zdenna? All she did was rob him.
She fawned over him like all the others. He even gave her a ring, which she deserved it. She was...
Why did you do it?
Don't blaspheme.
Come on, answer.
My husband. He drank a lot, ran around with whores and didn't...
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to...
So your own son didn't listen to you?
Who seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it.
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest? You're trying to tell...
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his, so we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him it was from them.
Well, you didn't find that strange?
Out of sight, out of mind. He always found some new...
There was no blood where Alice was found.
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me so. I only told him to cut them up thoroughly.
Why?
Why? As a warning. So those whores knew what away...
I better stop asking questions.
Burn in hell!
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bailiff.
We don't have to go anywhere.
But we can't do that. She has to go before the court.
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight.
Don't you dare judge me.
Shut your mouth, you sow. You judge.
Our Lord directed me.
Do you hear that?
But that's not justice. Henry, won't you...
I told you, don't you...
Lumiere, listen to her. If we don't deal with her ourselves, and then they let her go, then...
But, I mean... How...
I'll show you justice.
Your conscience will remain clear. You...
But still, if we don't punish her according to the...
Huh. We aren't the ones walking around the city killing random women. On the contrary, we're making sure no more will die.
All those whores!
It's just not...
It isn't right.
All right, all right.
No! Don't you dare! You hellspawn!
No!
Well, now, someone has to explain...
Not me. I'd rather...
I'll go. I'll explain everything. And you...
Fine.
Good. Good. I hope...
Well, do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not sure of any... Can we just be...
As you wish. But still, it was damned.
Aye, that it was. Let's...
Tell us, Lumiere.
Did it end well?
It ended well, and I didn't even tell any...
I'm surprised you got away with it, bringing them two corpses.
I would have preferred a different ending, but...
Lumiere.
I'm not angry anymore. And I must admit that maybe it was better this way.
The dead approve.
Precisely. I just told them I spread the word that one victim survived, and when they came to kill her, we had no choice but...
And what will you do now?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but I probably won't go back now.
Won't you go back to drinking?
No, it didn't help anything, did it? If I had just...
Don't fret. It was a terrible...
Yes. You helped me when I was in need.
Helping others is the best thing a person can do in this world.
And what will you do, Kath?
My work isn't done yet. I have to work in the tavern here, and then we'll see.
Well...
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders. And you also...
I thank you both. Without you...
Here you are. As a keepsake.
Yes. Here is a reward, Henry.
Cura do Cavaleiro de Gutenberg. Quinto mandamento. Beleza, ajudamos a Catherine. Agora temos as missão principal, mas vamos ver aqui na... Deve ser o Ian. Saquear ela. Então a mãe do cara que matava, truta. Olha só. Ah, eu tenho que avisar a mina lá, né, do... Onde que ela tava, né? Era por aqui. Deixa eu lembrar onde que é. Era aqui, né? Qual direção que é? Pra cá. Oxi, do nada começou a chover.
Quick! Whoa, whoa!
Cadê a... Ué, cadê a mina lá? Zedna, né?
Greetings, sir. What would you like?
Stanya, I have good news for you.
What? Really? Who was it?
It was the von Groller's servant. He was a...
What kind of nonsense is that?
That doesn't matter. She thought you were consort...
But I hardly even talked to him. But thank you. I won't wake up at night thinking I heard someone. I won't feel those fingers.
Beleza, tá avisada.
Oh, you pooch.
Vamos ver se é o Ian. Calma aí, olha pra frente.
Slowly. Nice and slow. Go! Quick! Ka! Ka! Whoa!
Good man. Hold on.
What's going on?
Do you have any...
I can spare you. It's a lot more than I...
Thank you so...
Tell me, what happened to you?
Allow me to disabuse you of your I simply find myself in a bind.
So...
But I'm not...
Farewell. May you travel...
Yes.
Right, Dad. I ain't seen you here. I'll be with you.
Was there...
Maybe.
Henry,
Kviatoslav, pleased to meet you.
I?
Brilliant. You're just a...
Really?
someone trustworthy who could help me.
And you were just waiting in case one happened to...
Of course there is. It's just that I don't trust... And his assistant? Even worse. What's more, I can tell at first glance you ain't local, so my...
So, you want me to write a letter for...
I couldn't have put...
What kind of letter?
Like I said, it's an important business letter.
Are you offering it?
Aye. You could say that.
What do I get?
A whole heap of coin, pal. It's really important.
Really?
Very long.
All right.
Brilliant. But before we get started...
What's this supposed?
I was given this here parchment by one wanderer...
How many miles you've wandered at such a grueling pace? Rest your feet. That sounds more like Bordiver.
Is that what it says? But it's clear you can read, so let...
Can't you tell me anything?
Nothing to tell. Like I said, I'm in a wrangle. And what better way than a nicely written letter?
Where are we going to write the letter?
Oh no, we can't write it here.
Well then.
You have to go to Kuttenberg. In the northern part of town, enter the city by that gate. Keep going straight until you pass the town hall. The building may look a bit run down from outside, but don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I'm afraid I've got things to be doing, but...
Right, so I go to the city, and in the minor...
That's right. Tell them two in the office that justice is worth more than silver. So they...
You have a password?
You know, when coin's at stake, you can't trust anyone. And welcome to the world... Farewell, my friend.
Bom, se eu chegar lá e os caras quiserem me pegar, eu vou matar todo mundo, filhão. Tá uma bugada, ele vai de costa quando... Onde que é? Vamos lá ver o que é que se sucede. Se eu chegar lá e os caras tentar fazer qualquer graça, vai todo mundo de arrasta.
Who are you? And what are you doing here, lad?
I'm Henry.
Oh, right. Kviatoslav sent you, didn't he? Well, almost. But fuck.
First, tell me why there's all this secrecy around this.
Well, that's
Calma aí, eu errei a senha. Eu quero acertar a senha, né?
Who are you?
I'm Henry.
Oh. Great. You know...
First, tell me why there's all this secrecy around.
Well, that's the way it's done in Kuttenberg. And secrets that everyone knows.
But you don't mind getting a complete stranger to write the letter?
Of course we mind. But what choice do we have?
All right.
Right. A nice, polite beginning. Greetings, Master Markholz. I hope you are...
Never mind his old woman. Is he even married? A prick like that. Write this. You fucking arsehole.
We can't be so brutal. We have to be... Markholz is a merchant. He's all about coin.
He ain't no merchant. He's a murderer. What do you think Thomas went off to see the world? He got rid of him when we...
So? Thomas was a bastard.
I'm just saying we have to stick it to Marco.
Bollocks. If we do that, he'll think there's no talking to him.
Suit yourself. For all I care, you can just...
Well, do it like I said. So, dear Master Marco.
I'll make it sound a bit more... Greetings.
I trust that this correspondence will find you in good health. Done.
We are writing to you about a serious...
That you fucked us over on.
Would you please let...
All right, all right.
Now, where was I?
We are writing to you in good faith. What's next?
Right.
To get...
Why don't you get to the door and fuck off?
We'll never get it written if you don't get to the point.
So, it didn't end up well. We expect from you some remedy that will lead to...
You'll find out.
Right, and...
All right. We ask you to rectify the situation. Written.
All right. Let our mates go free. Otherwise, we'll go to the powers that be and...
Free our captive brothers.
Ah! Aye. Once they return to us safe and sound, and your secret will...
Ha! You don't really...
Why not? If we disappear, he'll be out of danger.
He'll be safe as long as he kills us.
Shut up!
You shut up, you...
What was that about?
Nothing.
Don't give me that.
All right, tell him.
Us and Marco made a deal. We stole silver for him.
Except he never actually...
So we started to set aside a bit of everything. Selling raw silver here in the city ain't exactly safe.
Except that fucker Marco got wind of it, took our money...
You didn't have to tell him that. What if he...
Don't worry, he's a good lad. He'll help...
Of course you're right. What do you want me to write then?
As soon as our mates come back safe and sound, we'll clear off and...
Once our brothers have returned to us, it's done.
Maybe some...
Like, go fuck...
We can't put that in the letter, surely. That's yours trustingly in your wife.
With regards and trust in your wisdom. That's that.
Great. Give it to me so I can seal it, and...
We are. And...
Can't we just leave it be?
He knows too much.
I'd be no good to him anyway. Does he know a kurva?
You must be the biggest idiot.
Fuck. Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
You two want to kill me?
We've been breaking rocks all our life.
Maybe so.
But if I hit you hard enough, you'll...
Cut it out. He's right.
What now then?
What if we pay you extra?
After you just wanted to kill me?
For you to take the letter to Marco.
Are you mad? You don't...
I believe you could kill us. Well, will you help?
All right.
Agreed. Take the letter and... He lives in a big stone house on the lower marketplace.
Just make sure you don't tell him anything. Some miner gave you some coin.
You don't have to wait for a reply. If it goes well and Marco lets our mates go, there'll be a nice pile of silver waiting there for you.
But if you betray us...
And if we see you going to the bailiff instead of Marco's place...
All right, all right. I'll hand it over.
Deveria entregar os caras pro Bailey, mas só não vou porque eu quero ver o que vai se suceder dessa quest. Você é o Bailey? É. Eu só não vou entregar eles porque eu quero saber o que vai se rolar essa missão aí. Eu vou até o lugar da prata e se os caras estiverem lá querendo fazer emboscada, eu vou mandar todo mundo de Vasco.
What? Oh, it's you. Careful.
Greetings.
How's it going?
Are you not ashamed to even ask? Or just better run off? Sir.
Ué, não é aqui? Na casa do lado.
You can't just stroll around. Stop right there. This is the house of...
I was given a letter to
A letter? All right.
Servus, guter Mann. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Master
Das bin ich. What do you want?
I have an interesting offer. I learned that you and a few miners are stealing silver.
I've no idea.
Well, there's no point in denying it. That bunch of miners was stupid enough to tell me everything.
Mein Junge, smart people are in low...
Maybe it would be a bit stupid. The kind who'd find out very fast. Well, nothing much, really. Just a couple of groschen.
All right, then. Here's the coin. And if I ever hear from you again...
I'll bear it in mind.
E aí? Deu concluído ou tipo... Ah, então tá bom. Tá fingindo o bagulho das pratas mesmo. Ver o que temos. Deixa eu já tomar um corazinho. Bom, aparentemente não tem quests mais. Só o torneio aqui provavelmente vai ativar depois. Vamos ver a quest aqui então do palácio. Quem não onde o cara fez o cavalo lixo aquela hora lá? Vai ser os cachorros. Daí, Pitbull.
You silly doggy.
I have not changed my answer. I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them. Just like Malashov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
Mind your step. Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove. What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
Ixi.
Here you and you arsehole, you fucker! Die for that! Christ the neck! Bad luck!
Travou. Vai crachar.
I'll kill you for that! Bleeding! Get your balls! Show what you're made of! You scum! Here's the last.
Ah, damn. They gave me a going over. Good thing you showed up, lad.
You all right, sir? Looks like you took some hits.
It's just a scratch.
Papa, my God, you're hurt.
I'm all right. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life. Didn't you notice?
We would have been in the right if you hadn't taken the shot. Now we have the blood of the king's men on our hands. Do you have any idea what this means?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's lackeys insult us in our own home?
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
Should I get rid of them?
Absolutely not. We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us.
You think that will make them let us...
Not for free. But knowing young Plimo... But back to you, lad.
I'm Henry of Scallis.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Routard. And this...
Like father, like daughter.
Why did your master send you to me, Henry?
He didn't, sir.
We're sorry to...
But I plan to rescue him. And I believe you...
We can.
Lord Capon is held at Malashov.
Our Malashov? I don't envy him. I doubt its new master will lift a finger to do it. Tell me, why would I...
Well, we all stand on the same side.
That is undoubtedly true, especially since his people started stick. But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a
We have to do something to help.
Dangerous?
Does it really matter?
It certainly... I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block.
That's true. As long as Vavak's breathing...
Who is he, anyway?
Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus. The new me's had it in for us ever since he took over the office. He's been pressuring me to hand over my mining rights. And now we've killed his men. The king's men. I'll have to... Like Rosa said, lad. As long as Vavak is around...
Then let's get rid of Vavak.
It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen. Using if Sigismund were to find out, he'd have him.
Then why hasn't Sigismund heard about it?
Simple allegations aren't enough to charge someone with...
But how do we find it?
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint.
Find out? But how?
You're right. Only authorized people, my friend Peter of Pisek. They ousted him from the Mint Master's office. He wanted to become the Mint Master himself, but because of Vavak, he had to settle for the steward's office.
And that's saying something.
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome any... If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for evidence of Vavak.
All right. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he can be trusted. Let's hope the same goes for his brother.
Excellent. You'll find Christian in Horshan. Tell him the password, Via Argentum, the pot of silver. He'll know, but be careful, both of you. This is our...
We'll be praying for you.
O cara tá só o cacareco.
And what about the corpses here?
I'll do everything I... That's why we need to...
Bom, deixa eu salvar o progresso. O que é que eu tenho aqui? Por hoje é só. Bom, galera, a gente vai ficando por aqui nessa live. Pra quem colou, agradeço aí pela presença. Tamo junto. Excelente feriadão pra todo mundo. Excelente Páscoa. Depois a gente continua aí com mais gameplay do Henry Boladão. Continuando aí as missões e vendo o que vai rolar pela história, beleza? Espero que vocês tenham curtido. Não esquece de deixar o likezão, seguir os canais aí pra dar aquela moral. E é isso. Valeu. Fui.